السلام عليكم. xalqadan waxaynu kaga faalloon doonaa dhaqaalaha adduunka. ugu horreyntii dhaqaalaha adduunku waxa uu ku qotomay idori oo alaabta ayaa la isku beddelan jiray. kadib waxaa lacag ahaan loo adeegsaday dahabka iyo fidada oo wax lagu kala gadan jiray. intaa kadib waxaa soo baxday lacagta qataatiicda ah oo ingiriisku adduunka ku maamulayay muddo dheer quwadda adduunkana ku ahaa. kadib waxaa soo baxday lacagta warqadda ah quwaddii adduunkana waxay u guurtay Mareykanka.
This is how paper money started. It started in Britain, the island of Tamimudari. Yes, the British created something called the Bank of England in the 17th century. And towards the end of the 17th century, the Bank of England issued the first paper money.
markii ay lacagtii warqad noqotayna waxaa la qabtay shir si Mareykanka quwadda adduunka loogu raro oo uu noqdo awoodda wax xukunta.
And let me go straight to the end of the Second World War. The European powers who were victorious, they now called an international monetary conference and invited the rest of the world to attend. It was held in a place in upstate New York called Bretton Woods. And there were Muslim countries present. Saudi Arabia was there. It was held in 1944. And out of the negotiations of Bretton Woods emerged the Bretton Woods Agreement, which created a new international monetary system. Two important things were agreed upon at Bretton Woods. Number one, prepare yourself for it. Not all checks can be cashed. Only one check. Which one? The US dollar. Only this currency can be redeemed for gold at $35 an ounce. So this is halal. But all the rest of the paper money in the world are now checks which cannot be cashed. You could exchange them for the US dollar, check for check, but you cannot cash them. That's the first agreement at Bretton Woods. The second thing that came out of the Bretton Woods agreement was that not every individual can take his US dollars to have it converted into gold, redeemed. No. Only governments, only central banks can do it, not individuals. So are we not a part of the market? This system is now 99.9% haram. It is only 0.1% halal, meaning that a government can go to the United States and say, here are US dollars that we have. We want you to redeem it for gold at $35 an ounce. You gave your word, now keep your word. So 0.1% halal.
lacagta rasmiga ah ee horena u jirtay waarana doontaa waa dahabka. sidaas awgeed ayuu ingiriisku markuu ahaa quwadda u kaydsaday badiba dahabkii, haddana uu Mareykanku u kaydsanaya intii hadhay. haddana waxaa la qorsheynayaa sidii quwadda adduunka loogu rari lahaa Israa'iil. dhaqaalahana waa in ay Israa'iil hantidaa. balse muxuu yahay wejiga cusub ee loo samayn doono dhaqaalaha adduunka?
It's wallpaper. Yeah. What is going to be money after that? Answer is no, not gold, and not silver, and not dates. It's going to be electronic money.
balse waxaa isweydiin mudan sidee ayaa lacagta loogu bedelayaa koronto?
It's going to impact on the world economy. Number one, on the price of oil. Not only because Iran is a major supplier of oil, but also because Iran is located in that basin that the Iranians call the Persian Gulf and the Arabs call the Arab Gulf, and they're still fighting over the words. The price of oil is going to shoot up because Iran can also block the Straits of Hormuz. You see, our Iranian territory on this side and Oman on that side. It's not difficult for Iran to block the Straits of Hormuz and disrupt all the passage of oil tankers. So we can anticipate fairly confidently that the price of oil is going to escalate dramatically once the attack takes place. And the American government knows that. And that's why the American government does not want Iran to be attacked. Because the American government knows, and the Federal Reserve knows, and the bankers also know, that the US dollar is going to collapse. It will not survive an Israeli attack on Iran with the price of oil shooting up through the roof. And if the US dollar collapses, of course they're going to have to demonetize the US dollar. It will no longer be legal tender. They have to have something in place. They probably already have something to replace it, but at a fraction of its previous value. The American economy is going to collapse. Large numbers of white Americans are going to lose their wealth. And many of them are going to be listening to this lecture. There's going to be chaos in the United States when the economy collapses. And so an attack on Iran would lead to economic, financial and monetary consequences that will be disastrous for the USA.
marka uu dhaco doolarka lacagta warqadaha ah oo dhami way la dhacaysaa. Lacagta adduunkuna waxa ay noqonaysaa koronto, waxaana toos u maamuli doonta Israa'iil. higsiga laga leeyahay in awoodda loo wareejiyo Israa'iil muxuu yahay?
Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam informed us of the release of Dajjal into the world during his lifetime. He went on to say that when Dajjal is released into the world, he would live on earth for 40 days. One day like a year, one day like a month, one day like a week, and the rest of his days like your days. The analysis that when Dajjal was in a day which is like a year, Britain was his headquarters. And when Dajjal moved to a day which is like a month, the United States of America became his headquarters. And finally when Dajjal is going to be in a day which is like a week, he comes back home to the Holy Land.
Dhaqaalaha adduunkana maxaa loogu gacan gelinayaa Israa'iil?
And so this is what has been happening to gold. Not for the purpose of keeping the price high, no. For the purpose of keeping the system from collapsing. We don't want it to collapse on its own. We want to bring it down when it will be in the interest of the State of Israel. That's where we are today, brothers and sisters. This is the history of what has happened since the first paper money was issued. The attack on America on September the 11th is the opening rounds. I have warned you time and again. The opening rounds of the countdown which will witness the transfer of power from one ruling state to another, from the United States of America to the State of Israel. The answer is those who have constructed this system, those who are preparing to bring down this system, and to then take absolute control of the world of money as part of the means through which they will now rule the world. Rule the world. And the golden age would be said to have come back again. And so the Messiah must be here.
And the strange thing, the dangerous thing about electronic money, if it is controlled by the banking system around the world and the Jews control the banking system, that's not an uncharitable statement. That's not an invalid statement. That's the truth.
lacagta marka koronto laga dhigo halkee ayay ku dambeynaysaa si adduunku muxuu ka dhaxli doonaa nabigeenu nabadgelyo naxariis korkiisa ha ahaatee waxa uu inoo sheegay in qiyaamaha ay tiknoolajiyadu istaagi doonto oo seeftii iyo faraskii lagu laaban doono ogoobay tiknoolajiyada oo dhamina waxa ay ku tiirsan tahay korontaduna waxa ay ku tiirsan tahay shidaalka adduunkana mustaqbalka dhow waa laga tayrinayaa marka korontada la waayana dhammaan dadku waxa ay noqonayaan fuqaro oo qof waliba hantidiisii buu waayayaa halkaasna waxa aynu ka soo dheerindherin karnaa sanadaha ay dadku dhibaataysan yihiin ee dajaal ka soo horeeya in dhaqaale burburkaasi uu sabab u noqonayo aynu u gudubno nidaamka ribada ah ee ay dadka ku dhiimeertaan shirkaduhu
Allah spoke of riba in the Quran. He was speaking about lending money on interest. And we have explained why he has prohibited it. If you allow money to be lent on interest, then the rich will remain permanently rich and keep on growing richer. And the poor will be imprisoned in permanent poverty and grow constantly poorer. And if the one who wants to rule the world can get the rich on his side, then he will use the rich to control the poor, to control the world.
Freihandel hat mit Freiheit überhaupt nichts zu tun. Das ist eine riesige Lüge. Es ist die Freiheit des Raubtiers im Dschungel. Im letzten Jahr sind 52% des Weltreichtümers in einem Jahr kontrolliert worden von 500 Weltkonzernen. Und diese Weltkonzerne, die funktionieren nur nach Profitmaximalisierung.
markii la arkay in bulshadii caalamka badiba maskaxda laga qabsaday waxa loo sameeyay laba nidaam oo dhaqaale si qoloba ay dhan u raacdo dhan walibana uu adoomo ugu noqdo dijaal labadaas oo kala ah hanti wadaag iyo hanti goosi labada nidaamna waxa sii wanqarbadnaa hanti wadaaga.
عاش في إنجلترا فيلسوفان ألمانيان في منتصف القرن التاسع عشر كانا يعملان لتطوير أيديولوجية ستهز العالم كله فيما بعد أسمياه البيان الشيوعي. أحد هذين الفيلسوفين كارل هنري ماركس والآخر فريدريك أنجلز.
أتدرون إخواني ما الشيوعية؟ الشيوعية منهج فكري. الشيوعية منهج فكري اقتصادي يهودي إباحي. تقوم الشيوعية على أسس تقوم على الإلحاد، إنكار وجود رب العالمين وإنكار كل الغيبيات، لأن الشيوعية كمنهج يحارب الدين، يحارب كل دين، معذرة يحارب كل دين إلا دين اليهودية، بحجة أن اليهود أصحاب حقوق وأن اليهود مظلومون، ولن يسترد اليهود حقوقهم ولن يرفعوا الظلم عنهم إلا بدينهم وبمعتقدهم. لذا فالشيوعية تحارب كل الأديان عدا الدين اليهودي. وفي الحقيقة ليست لأن اليهود أصحاب حقوق، إنما لأنها خرجت بفكرة يهودية ابتداء. فكارل ماركس هذا يهودي الأصل، ألماني أيوة يهودي. وإلغاء الملكية الفردية، إلغاء الملكية الفردية، كل حاجة نحن نتشارك فيها. سبحان الله، البيت نتشارك فيه، مالك نتشارك فيه، طعامك نتشارك فيه. بعض الفقراء والمظلومين والطبقة الكادحة تقول هذا شيء جميل.
hanti wadaagga waxaa badiba hagayay kala taliyayaal kuwaas oo dadka ku hantay argagaxgelin iyo agajuglayn.
لما قتلت الشيوعية عشرات الملايين من الناس أبقت البقية الباقية في خوف دائم. فما كانت الشيوعية في الحقيقة إلا سلطة الخوف. كانت ترى المجتمع كقطيع حيوانات تحتاج إلى السوق، وتعتقد ألا سبيل لقيادتها إلا بطريقة واحدة هي الإرهاب. كان التصفيق لستالين يدوم دقائق طويلة في مؤتمر الحزب الشيوعي، وسبب هذا خوف كل من في القاعة من شد الانتباه بترك التصفيق أولا، ذلك لأن ستالين قتل نوابا لم يوجهوا له الاهتمام الكبير. إن هذا النظام لم يجلب معه إلا الخوف والدمار، فمئات الآلاف من الناس حكموا في محاكم شعبية تابعة لماو، وحكم على الكثير منهم بالإعدام لأسباب تافهة. فماو مثل نظيريه لينين وستالين كانوا جميعهم يعتبرون الناس أنواعا من الحيوانات ولا يقيمون لهم أي وزن، وهذا ليس بمستغرب على رجل نشأ وترعرع على الفلسفة الداروينية فاعتنقها. هذه هي النتيجة التي جلبتها الشيوعية للبشرية.
كريتلياشاسنا waxa ay dadka carabkoodii ku mashquuliyeen xuskooda si ay u hantaan maankooda.
Мы пионеры, юные ленинцы. По-ленински жить и трудиться – наша большая мечта. Ребята, гордимся нашим солнечным краем. Сторонами полями разбиты, и притворе один.
dadkana xorriyadoodii iyo ikhtiyaarkoodii waa laga qaaday, waxaana loo gumaystay si aad u ba'an si ay addoommo dhab ah ugu noqdaan dajaal. waxaana soo baxay jiil aan yeelay mooyaane diidayba lahayn, si toos ahna addoonnimada waa aqbalay, ka isa soo taagana far iyo suul dadka lagaga dhex qabanayo.
I'll take this case to the Supreme Court.
The state is the Supreme Court. Our decision is as follows. No more private property. No more you.
The farm vote will put a stop to this.
Farmers don't vote anymore.
What'll they do for seed next year?
You won't have to worry about next year. The state will do your planning from now on.
We must fight to regain our freedom, or everything is lost. Everything!
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
ummadda Soomaaliyeed iyo in badan oo muslimiin ahna hore ayay ugu dhaceen kamiinadaas dajaal. hadda dabadeedna waa inaynu ka digtoonaanaa oo ilaashanaa xorriyadeenna iyo iimaankeenaba.
When anybody preaches disunity, tries to pit one of us against the other through class warfare, you know that person seeks to rob us of our freedom and destroy our very lives.
waxaad calfato waxa ugu roon waxaad beeratay adigu, waxaad huwatana waxa ugu roon waxaad samaysatay adigu.